All right, friends, we are in our last video for this short beginner-friendly tutorial. So now that we have compiled and saved our code, we want to see if this all works, right? Remember, our goal is to collide with this trigger box in order for text to appear. So remember, in the beginning, we removed the text from here. We left it blank. We left it blank so that we're able to add something to it. So what we'll do for our next step, we'll go ahead and click on our trigger box. So make sure this is selected. Once the trigger box is, when you click on it, if this should automatically appear, but if it does not appear, just go ahead and click on, hold up. Let's make sure there's some more things that should appear here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back. I'm gonna open up the blueprint really quick. I'm gonna open up the blueprint. This is on, so let's see. Other things should have appeared. So since this is on, it means a little eyeball is on. So it means we should be able to see it in our world. Okay, there it is. It was just kind of taking some time to load, but that is okay. So what we're looking for here, we're going to be under the default tab. So there's a lot of tabs. If you are like me and you don't like having a bunch of things open, you can go ahead and close all of these. So we just have this one open. We have this one open here. So what we're going to do now that we've connected, we'll walk through the code just one more time. Now that we've said, okay, once an actor or the player overlaps with this trigger box, we want text to appear. What do we want? We want this text to say something. So this is where our value comes in, but then we want something to display that. And then this is where our text render actor comes in. So now that we have this set up, this is already, so we're here default. This is whenever you add variables, it will appear under this tab right here. So now that we have this code set up, what we will do, we will select, so we have text render actor right here. Actually, we'll just do it the way it is. So now text value, let's say we're like, hey, we want I love VRT 101. Let's say this is the text you want to appear once the player comes in. I love VRT 101. And obviously when you're working on your projects, you can make this say whatever you want it to say. When it says I love VRT 101, now we're gonna say, okay, you're adding a value to this trigger box, but what is the thing that's gonna output this? What's the output object? And then this is where we go on this, now that we see text render actor, because remember, we added it here. We added it here in our, in our variables section. So whatever we add in our variables section will appear on that default, under that default tab in the main page. So what we'll go ahead and do right here, since it's a text render actor, it's going to look for the text render actors in our scene. And remember, the first one that we had here was the third person template, which was already here. It was defaulted to this template. So now we've added the second one and we left the name as text render actor 2. We're gonna look for that. Because if you click on the other one, it's not gonna do it. So boom, we have connected it to text render actor 2. So remember, really, really, really important. It's always to save, right? Always save. Always save your progress. You imagine building a whole level and you don't save. That's actually really bad. So this is honestly the final step. So we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and hit play and we will see if this works as intended. So let's go. Bear with me. My computer's a little slow. I need to update my drive. But if we are here in this level, and as you can see, my gray material is still here. If I am wanting to move, remember I made my ramp a little bigger. Boom, no text, but once I jump in, let me jump. Can't jump. Boom, I love VRT 101. So that is it. So just for funsies, I'm going to create really, really quick. This is not, it's going to be part of it as well. So let's say now that I have this text here, let's say I want to remove this text. It's just going to be like a reverse of what we just did here. So right here is we have event actor begin overlap. what we would do to remove this is something really similar. Just trying to rearrange it. So something really similar. What I'll go ahead and do, I'll look for the event actor end overlap. So once the overlap ends, what do I want to happen? It's honestly a similar process. We'll go ahead and look for set text under text render actor. So if I want this text to go away after I'm done with it, I'll look for text render actor. Boom, set text. You can add another value. I just say just kind of add value 2. I'll just name it value 2. I'm going really fast for this one because it's not a big requirement. It'll be like a similar process. I'll leave this here. You really don't, you can still connect it to the same text render actor, but with value, we'll just leave it empty. So remember what we did, get text. Remember what we did, we got the value, so get value 2. And then we'll just connect it as we did earlier. We'll connect the value, boom, or will it let me connect the value? Boom, text render actor, target, and I like to make it look all nice. And then we will compile and we'll save. So the other thing you'll see here is there's another one that popped up. Remember, every time we add one. So what I'll do, I'll just leave it empty. Leave it empty meaning I don't want anything to happen once this particular action takes place. So save. Now, if I go ahead and hit play, we'll see that once I get on that box, boom, wow, I can never jump high enough. I love VRT 101. And then once I step off, VRT 101 is gone. Stepped out of the box. And that is it, friends. We have finished the tutorial for adding text render actors as well as trigger boxes and turning this trigger box into a blueprint. I hope this was really easy for you to understand, and please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much.